Alright, so this is going to be a lesson on another Blind Joe Reynolds song, Cold Women Blues, Vestibule Tuning Open D. Now I apologize sincerely for my raspy voice, but I hope that still you can kind of get the gist of the song. So really, the song can be broken up into about two different sections. One, what he plays while he sings, which really just consists of a bunch of strums. And two, the kind of solo interlude that he plays throughout the song, between choruses. So starting with section one is quite simple. There'll be sweeps across either the second or first strings, using the meaty part of your pointer finger. Sweeps across the second string, or sweeps across the top string. Kind of mixing those up as you see fit. Then he'll kind of combine that with some bass notes with a thumb. Those bass notes can be added as alternated bass notes, meaning they're kind of offset with the treble side strums, or they can be pinched together so that they're played at the same time, like pinch and offset. So all these factors you can mix and match. To make it all kind of work the way you like it to. And that's really all section one is. Then for section two, it's this kind of interesting solo that he plays. So it kind of starts out with some alternated, speaking of alternating, it starts out with some alternated notes between the fourth string open and the second string, fifth fret. That kind of gives it the lift to start the solo, and he plays this at the end of a chorus of him singing. And he launches into the solo. So that consists of the 7th fret to the 4th, back to the 7th, 9th fret, pull off from the 4th string open. Now make sure, since it's only on the top string in vestibule tuning, what you can do is kind of lift the slide off, or play the slide at an angle, so that you can kind of isolate the top string and leave room for the bass notes or other strings to ring out naturally open. Okay, so really he just repeats that treble line 2 more times. The first time without the pull-off, second time again with the pull-off. So altogether, that'll equal 3 kind of run-throughs of this. It'll go like this. Pull-off. No pull-off. Then last time, pull-off. Throughout this second section, you'll kind of be throwing in some bass notes on the 4th string whenever you kind of see an opening, for one, in between the treble side lines. Or number 2, just to kind of complement and kind of boost the treble side line, by hitting some bass notes on the, say, first beats or third beats. That's really how the bass notes go throughout this section. Now, after you play that treble side line 3 times, you'll play this 7, 9, 10 on the top string. Then comes what I think is probably the most interesting part of the song for historical guitar reasons, because he goes up to the 12th fret and plays this. So top string, 12th fret, sliding down on the 2nd fret to about the 11th or 10th fret. Then on the 3rd string, you slide back into the 12th fret, and then hit the 4th string, 12th fret. The interesting thing for that historical guitar reason is that you might associate this kind of lick more so with Elmore James or Duane Allman, who would come later. But here, Blind Joe Reynolds was using this move, this feature of open divas to pull slide tuning in 1930 and probably in the 20s too. You've obviously heard Duane Allman doing this kind of move. And, you know, Blind Joe Reynolds is essentially doing the same thing. So anyways, it's that lick, sliding aggressively into the 5th fret now. Top string, a couple hits into the 4th fret of the top string. Couple hits, open, back to the 4th fret, okay, and then 5th fret of the 2nd string. But actually, before he hits that, I should mention that he does this kind of swoosh slide out of this, where he kind of plucks across the 2nd string and just pulls off open. And then hits the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So I know that probably sounded a bit muddled, but from here, that's all it is. So altogether, that solo section is actually quite straightforward and leaves a lot of room to be kind of varied in whatever way that you'd like it to be varied. But it's very interesting, kind of catchy slide solo that he plays. And then to end the song, it's in that classic blues style. He ends it on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, open, and then 2nd fret, I should say. Kind of pulls off, or in other words, just kind of lifts his slide, which results in a pull-off. Pull-offs with the slide are really easy because it just kind of happens. And then sliding into the 3rd fret, which is the dominant 7th note of the scale, which kind of is that classic move. And that's really the whole song. So the strums of section 1, which he plays while he sings, then section 2, the solo kind of interlude that he plays between each chorus of what he sings, and then the ending. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson on Cold Woman Blues by Blind Joe Reynolds. Thanks a lot.